I don't know. Oh, that's very good.
99% you don't what?
I said it was, the quiz wasn't as difficult as I expected it to be because we used those commands.
Yes.
So that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the most useful. As I said before, there are way more out there. We're gonna learn more today. In my opinion, they are super useful. But I don't think there is anyone who can remember all of those comments. Must be some sort of genius. But you will learn quite a few. You won't use all of them. You won't remember all of them. But there are definitely some comments that you'll be using at work, and you will have, and all QAs do have them. It's a cheat sheet. You just collect all the comments that you need, that you use. At some point, you will remember it by heart. If you don't, you just create a list of the best comments that you will need to use and you will be using. So if you don't remember something, don't struggle. It's okay. There are many of them, but you have to know at least those that we have that we're gonna learn during these sessions, so you can pass your interview. The more confident you are when you answer ADB questions, the better chances you will impress your interviewer. So you want to talk about something that you know, that you had experience with. That's why we do this ADB comments over and over. Okay, Victor, I saw you raised a hand and then you removed it. Your question is answered?
Yeah, because I just wondering, like, how many commands do we need to know to pass the interview? Like, they obviously don't expect us to know 250 commands or something. At the same time, like, it's not only about maybe quantity, but also like which commands you know, but would be like 20, 30, 40 that are necessary, you think, for your work, you know, maybe not even 40, you know, and then you can learn them and, you know, you can look them up online too, so.
My answer was like pretty much at every interview, I would hear this question and my answer would be, what ADB comments do you know? So this, and that. So don't let them stop you. So your interviewer knows that you do know comments, but then you stop at some point and you just point out that, but these are my favorite ones. So I use this one when I work here. I use this one to do this. This is the best one because it saves some, it saves much time. It saves my nerves. And I'm talking about taking screenshots and taking videos. Those are my personal favorites. You won't know a lot of them. From my personal experience, you won't use many of them. But your interviewer has to know that you understand what you're talking about. If you start just naming words, probably it's not the best option, but you have to know at least some comments.
No, yeah, of course, but I mean, we already know some commands, so that's good. All right, thank you for answering that.
Actually, I'm looking forward to go all the way down and see your answers to the last question, or to the like last from the end, your favorite comment. I'm gonna ask a few people why they chose those comments. Okay, so 3 components, daemon, host, and server. So almost everyone answered. Between emulator and device, choose device, we use -D. Between emulator and device, when we have to choose emulator, we use -E. When we have 2 emulators need to install on one, we use -S for serial number. Okay, yeah, so when we install, we have to provide a path to APK file and APK file name. So you can type it in, you can copy paste, you can basically drag and drop your APK file. All three versions work. The last one is the easiest one. To uninstall, well, I can't say, well, yeah, I do see that some people said package name. It's right. We do install APK file, we uninstall package. So in order to uninstall, we have to find package name. And this is the next question. How do you find package name of your application? So this comment is my favorite one. It shows, it shortens application lists, makes it like 10 times shorter. It depends how many applications you have on your device. So this one, like all first three, they're all correct. But the second one, it makes your life easier because it shows only APK files that you installed. Yes, yes. I'm not reading each and every answer. I'm just skimming through them, but I see that all answers seems to be correct. This comment, emulator -list -avds, it just shows all emulators, no matter whether they up and running or they're just on your device, on your machine. It will show you the whole list of it. ADB devices. Yes, it's ADB. Oh, here it's quite a broad variety of answers. ADB devices is the correct answer. So you want to, again, it's another comment that seems to be so apparent, so easy. Why do we have to choose what devices we have? Because sometimes our machine doesn't see device. Sometimes we forgot to trust this computer when we connect our devices. Development options, USB debugging are off. We have a few devices connected. Maybe we have our emulator up and running, and it will destroy our like APK installation or any command we want to run on a very specific device. So ADB devices is the #1 command, basically how we start ADB commands. Okay, I see. Yeah, go ahead. Saba, you were saying something? Okay, then I'll go ahead.
No. Yeah.
Okay, here, how do you collect logs for a particular application? Write an actual ADB comment. So here I see quite different answers. So a correct answer would be, if you don't have to choose from various devices, it's just ADB logcat, grep. Oh, actually, it's if it's TXT file, then ADB logcat and your app's package name. If you want to send those logs into a text file, the command will be ADB logcat grep space pipe space package name bracket angle bracket and name of your TXT file. So those are two options. Like for instance, this one, it looks long, but that one is correct. Package name, yes, package name. Someone's gonna write good test cases or bug reports starting from very first step. Probably ADB shell won't be needed, but in general, it's a good approach to be very detailed. Steps aren't really correct, but having them described one by one, it's a good QA approach. Okay, here you need to send it to a text file. How do you write a log into a file? Write an actionable ADB comment. Whoever has similar answer, this one is correct. So logcat, angle bracket, logcat space, angle bracket space, the name, how you want to name your text file, .txt. And then you can just simply attach that file to your bug report. We'll also talk about bug logs filtering today. Why do we have to do, why should we do it, and why we should not do it? How do you start an emulator from command line? Actual command. This answer is correct. Whoever has the same, well, this is an actual example. That's right. Why this is not the correct command? The command itself is correct, but in this case, this is not correct command. Can anyone explain why?
Yeah, because this command is supposed to display all the emulators installed in the machine and not start the emulator. That's why.
Yeah, that's correct. How do you pull your screenshots and videos from device ABD to your machine? Actual command. Yes. So someone dive even deeper, so separated by serial number, pull, and yeah, SD card. Since we saved it on our device on SD card, so this is gonna be our file location. That's where we're gonna pull it from. So it's SD card, and then your file's name. Actually, hold on. So this is a screenshot of video. Here it's a TXT, which is also correct, but to be specific, when it comes to screenshot, it's .png. When it comes to video, it's MP4. Just want to add this detail to this comment. No brackets here, no quotation marks here, just file name. Probably, I assume that was just to show this is a fake name. It's not a real screenshot name, but don't forget, when you're trying to pull your screenshot, don't add any quotation marks. Bravo on this answer. What is APK? Yes, this is a APK file to be installed on Android device. Don't forget to use this dot before APK. Even when you write it down, you probably don't have to pronounce it like .apk file, but when you write it down, don't forget about that dot. How do you take a screenshot from command line? Actual command. Yes, same quotation marks, don't add them. This -p, it's a part of another comment which sends your screenshot right on your desktop or a folder that you want it to be. but in this case, it won't work, if I'm not mistaken. It will just show you an error message. Yes. Okay, I assume it's just a typos. If it's not, whoever wrote this answer, it's PNG, not PNJ, and it's screen cap, not screen cop. Just to make sure that you know the correct comment. So -D if you want to separate your device. I just want to make sure you don't use this -Ds, -Es in vain. Just want to make sure you know what you're doing. So this command, it can be run without -D. It will work if you have one device. What is your favorite ADB comment? I'm gonna choose the most interesting one. I'm gonna ask randomly 5 people. Although the answers are anonymous, I don't know who they are. If you don't want to answer, just keep silent. Okay. So this one, it's not explained. ADB monkey. Whoever wrote it, why this is your favorite? Because during interview, it's not enough just to say, this is my favorite comment.
What do you mean it's not explained? There is for stress test option with monkey command. The monkey is a command line tool. It's right above it. And parameters V and S is explained in my answer. There is 3 paragraphs about this.
Okay, you don't. This is an interview question. So what I expected you to tell me, like during interview, explain, like, I know that you read about it.
Okay.
I know that you know what it is.
I started my answer with the command ADB help. To be honest, that's not what I would say, but to be honest, I think that should be mentioned that we know how to search for different commands that ADB uses and their parameters. So that's the first answer. And the stress test that I read about, which is the monkey command, which randomly generates 10, how many you can choose, like 10,000, 1,100 random user actions. Those actions could be some configuration options, could be, I don't know, some setting up the number or of events to attempt, some debugging options. I didn't use it, but I just read about it.
Yeah, you actually right. It's a good command to run some stress tests on your application. You can run as many, let's say you choose what you want to do and you choose how many times you want that to happen to your application. So I hope you see my intention to show that even though this, like, it's really a really cool command, and I do understand that it's really a good way to stress your application, but I want you to explain, like, to know that you know what you're talking about.
I just try to find out the good answer to the question, and I found it today. So I'll be researching what monkey does and we'll practice with it.
Yeah, actually, I was going to talk about it today, like brief discussion, not discussion, just a brief explanation what it is. it's a good choice. Just when you answer your interview questions, be ready for the following questions. Like, when did you use it? For what did you use it? Why did you choose that many times? What application you were testing? They will hook you up with these questions. So make sure you know what you're gonna talk about during your interview, because it's really easy to get caught. I did get caught when that was my during internship interview, and I knew command grep, but I didn't really knew what it did. So I said that, yeah, I use grep command. I sound convincing, but she started asking me more questions. And of course, it was easy to understand that I have no idea what I was talking about. So be ready. It's easier. It's better to explain screen record, SD card, and your file name than talking about something more serious if you don't know what it does.
Anya, we can say that we signed an NDA, so we cannot talk about the application we were testing. So we can just say, oh, it was a job search engine. Oh, it was something, you know, grocery shopping application.
Absolutely, yes. You, no
I
one
signed-
can force you to reveal any information about your previous job. It's illegal. And you can get in trouble if you do it on your own, but you can just talk in general. On my application, no one will ever check what you did on your application. Let your imagination go. Just make sure you know what you're talking about.
Anna, on your job, have you ever run this command, I mean monkey, or not?
Monkey, I ran it during my Portnov computer school course. That was first the last time, but I still think it's a really cool feature to be used if you want to stress out your application. I never did. I had enough crashes without stressing it. Simple and clear. Okay, this one. It says it's cool to see the activities recorded. And now I'm asking you from interviewer position, probably during our interview, like last session we're gonna have together, I'm gonna be interviewing you and I'll do my best to be tough on you. So whoever wrote this answer, what do you mean by cool to see the activities recorded?
Hi, Anya, this is Sita. You hear me?
Like almost not hearing you.
Oh, I'm sorry that I always have problem with this. So you hear me better?
Better, yes.
Okay. So yeah, I did wrote that. I did wrote that answer. So can you ask me again? Say, what is your question regarding to this?
You're breaking up. It's really hard to hear you.
Okay.
Anya, she wants you to repeat the question before she answers.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you wrote that this is your favorite comment because it's so cool to see the activities recorded. So
Yeah.
as an interviewer, I want to hear more.
You want to hear more? Actually, you know, because this is like a new command that I have done. So actually, I was surprised, and it to be honest, pretty cool for me to see, you know, what when after I write the command and I press enter, and then I start playing with that application, and all the activity that I have done and worked on it have been recorded. So I can go back and see and display it. So I feel like, yes, it is actually very amazing. So
Okay.
that's all my answer.
Okay. Thank you. So many of you chose ADB devices. This is the easiest command. Okay, answers pretty much similar to one another. Okay, hopefully after today you will find more favorite comments.
Okay, so I have a question. So do you, if I get asked this question in the interview, is a kill server okay, or is it too simple? Do I need to come up with something else? I like kill server, you know.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? When nothing works, you know how to stop it, and then I
Okay,
hope you know how
just
to.
wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure because
I don't think like there is no really bad answer. Just explain why. And again, being through so many interviews, it really depends how you talk about it. They read you, they see you. If you have experience using it, for you, it will be easy to talk about it. I'm just trying to deliver this information, how to pass interview questions.
No, I understand what do you mean. I understand, like I got it. Thank you.
Probably when you answer this question, you don't want to say just your comment and stop talking, because by default they expect you to explain.
Oh, don't worry, I talk too much, so it's okay.
Yes. Okay, Sveta, I see you raised your hand.
Yes, Anya, this question that flags October one, will you just explain the step? What I did is just took a screenshot, then pull, then rename the file, and then push. Is that the way you go?
Yes, yes. So after you pushed it, you were supposed to find it. So we did it last time, like through ADB shell, and then getting down to your device's SD card, and then where you were supposed to see this flex October file.
Perfect.
So that exercise was to see how you do, how well you can perform all those commands in one chain. So we practiced them separately, and this one, it was an exercise of taking, pulling, pushing, and finding. They were just bind it all together. This is a funny answer. Yeah, so this or this, either they're correct. To force stop, we use force stop. It relates to a specific package. When you kill server, you just restart everything. This question related to a specific package name. So this is a AM force stop. This is the right one. This is incorrect, but I like this answer. Okay, I think we're done with this quiz. Pretty much well done. Good answers, some funny answers. I hope those who didn't know something, they learned it now. And these quizzes, they help you to understand where do you have gaps in your knowledge. So probably during last session, you thought it was so easy to understand. You remember, you will recall this command a month from now, and a week passed, and many people already can't recall them. I'll repeat myself. You won't remember all these comments during, by the way, by the time you find yourself a job, you won't remember 99% of them. But you need to remember a few of them like by heart to pass your interviews. Also, if no one asks you about ADB comments, but you're really eager to talk about that, it's going to be a big plus, especially if you're aiming to find Android mobile testing job. So if no one asks you, still, there's going to be a question. How do you test? What tools do you use? ADB is tool number one. Loving, doing, this is my favorite comments. Run them a gazillion times because of this, because of that. This is a good way to impress your interviewer. Just use it when it's related to Android, nowhere else.
Anna, can I ask you about, I met new information about install packages, change format, I mean AAB format instead of APK.
Mm-hmm.
What you know about that? It's like for certain devices, or it's like general changes in installation, new soft on Android phones?
I frankly never heard about any change. It's always been, for me, it's always been, it still is APK. Never heard about any changes. Where did you find that information?
My wife works as mobile tester, and they receive new package AAB format.
AAB.
AAB, yes, and they use some new bunch installation program to install this to Android devices. And
Never heard about that.
okay,
This is something new.
okay,
I'll Google it.
okay.
But I suggest stick with APK, at least for now. Okay, done with the quiz. Let's proceed. We had this link during our last session. I hope you read about it. Just want to like briefly touch it. Shweta, you have raised arm. Okay. So on application not responding. So the difference between application not responding and application crashed is that when we have this ANR error message, it means that application is still up, but it's not, it's like, it's trying, but it can't anyhow interact with you. That's why we have to, well, here it says, wait or close app. Wait won't work. You want to close it right away. When your application crashes, it means application just, it's been closed, let's say. It's not active anymore. So this is the difference between this ANR and application crashes. So when you collect logs, you probably want to pay attention to that. ADB bug report, I think we've discussed many, many times. To sum up, when you collect logs, you want to think whether you want to collect all of them or you want to filter. And you can ask your engineer if they want you to give him certain logs, collect and give him or her certain logs, to which level filter out the logs you collect. So we're gonna talk about filtering logs. We have different levels of priority. There are seven of them. So start from the lowest priority, which is the verbose, somewhere here, hold on. Yeah, so here are 7 levels of priority. The lowest one, verbose, it collects all the information, everything that is going on your device, unless you want to filter your logs to your specific package. And we already know the comment. The second one, debug, like debugging, that's we all do. You are about to do it. It doesn't mean that it's about fixing bug. It's just finding issues and collecting them. Info is information. Warning, error, fatal, and silent is a tricky one because it says nothing is ever printed, and we'll see it really gives you nothing. It prints out nothing, just a blank screen. When you want to filter out, usually verbose, it's not super important. You can filter it out. When you choose the level of priority, don't forget that, for example, you chose warning. So all the logs that you will see gonna be starting from warning and all the way down. So you will be seeing W, E, F, and S logs. When you filter to warning, it does not mean that you will see warning logs only. So everything that follows after warning, it's going to be included in your logs. If you filter to debug, that means that you're going to see all 6 levels. Only verbose won't be shown. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Another question, it sounds like, yeah, why do we need info? Why do we need verbose? Warning also can be skipped. The most important, error and fatal. It really depends, because sometimes crashes, failures, they happen because of something else that is going on in your app or on your device. So when you remove, filter out too many logs, you can actually remove the reason. So engineer, he or she will be seeing that, yes, something did happen, but what caused it? No one will ever find out because the information was erased. When you collect logcats, and of course, yes. So on your device, something did happen, and then you want to collect logs. Those logs, they're going to be limited in size. So during your Unix and Linux classes, you learned ADB, you learned logcat as well, right? Those logcats, you collect them from server. And servers, they have enormous memory. On the other hand, our devices, they have limited memory, and we can make it slow. This buffer size, we can make it slower, smaller, or bigger. But that size, it means that's how many logs our device has on it. So probably you don't want to clear everything out because you will remove too much information as well. Okay, this silent one. Okay, I'm gonna share my, show you my device. Okay, so we're gonna collect some logs on our looking bus. Okay, so you see that we have all levels as of now. Let's filter them. Okay, so I filtered them to warning level. And as you can see, we have everything that's below warning level. Well, we didn't have any fatal, but we have errors, warnings, and by the way, when it's on Mac, which has Catalina or above, you want to use this single quotation marks. I think Windows doesn't have to use those quotation marks, and Mac OS is older than Catalina, also don't have to. But everything Catalina and above, don't forget about those quotation marks. So you see that I'm running a command to collect logs, but I use this highest level of logs priority, and it returns nothing. That's because this S, when I run it and filter my logs to this level, it keeps everything silent except for what I choose. Let's see. Isn't working for me now. Okay, isn't working for me now, but the idea is that if you want for what logs exactly you're looking for, then you have to put them in quotation mark. And this S level, it will keep everything silent except for this reporter. So reporter, you can choose from here. And again, if you know what you're looking for, probably your engineer asked you to collect very specific logs. So you just copy and paste that reporter, and you will receive logs related specifically to that reporter. So usually it looks like this. Have any one of you tried to connect your device through Wi-Fi? Any device? Android
Wi-Fi.
to ADB. Okay, so this is another thing that we're gonna practice today. For emulators, apparently it's not needed. For real devices, okay, have your device up and running. Let me know when you're ready. Yes, no, anyone has Android devices that has to be found, turned on, or everyone's ready and we can proceed.
Oh, I'm
Just
ready.
1 second.
Okay. Anybody else needs a second? I'll take it as no. So let's proceed. So you want your Android device to be connected like physically by a cable to your machine. And both your machine and your device need to be connected to the same Wi-Fi. I assume we all use just one Wi-Fi source at our homes, but future references supposed to be a one Wi-Fi. Okay, now you want to run this command ADB TCP IP. It's going to be a 5555. So these 4 files, this is a server port number, and you sort of like opening it, getting it ready to connect to your device. Oh, your device is connected.
Have connected device or not? Because I tried to run this command and I received the message, no device simulators found.
Did you like, it needs to be connected by cord.
Oh, okay. Okay, I connect.
It's going to be connected to Wi-Fi in 2 more steps, but for now, must be physically connected.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on with my terminal?
So you said that the actual device has to be also be connected to the Wi-Fi or disconnected.
Extra device, what do you mean by extra device?
Not extra, but the actual device, the external device.
Oh. So as of now, your physical device connected to your machine and both on same Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Okay. So now you wanna open your Wi-Fi settings. So two ways, through quick menu or from your setting menu. So open your, I hope you see my my device mirror. It looks ugly, but I hope it's easy to understand what I'm doing. So once on you're on your Wi-Fi settings, you want to tap on Wi-Fi that you're connected to. So it gives you details on that Wi-Fi. Is everyone following me?
Yes.
Take it as yes, yes, thank you. So now you, once you open this, and I think it's advanced settings, you will see API address. God, it's not visible on my screen.
The IP address, you mean?
Yes, IP
Okay.
address.
Found it.
I
So,
see it.
see it, right? So now you want it. So this is what we're gonna do. ADB TCP IP. Then your device IP address, I mean your Wi-Fi IP address. Just type it in. Space column 5555. Finally, yes. So the steps are ADB space, connect space, your Wi-Fi IP address, no spaces, column, no spaces, 5555. So what we just did, we opened a server, a port, and connected our server and our device together. Again, Wi-Fi IP, server, port. You should see this message, connected. Once you see that message, you can disconnect your device like physically, like this. You won't see mirroring, but I will be able to, and you will be able as well, collect logs from my device. First of all, I see that it's connected. You won't see like regular name. What you will see is IP address and port number, but you have a full access to your device, even though it's not connected anymore. It's useful when you have multiple devices and you can't connect all of them. They also have Android devices. Did it work for you?
Yeah, it's like magic. I like it.
I like it too, yes.
Sorry, I have one question. How did you get the serial number?
It's not a serial number, it's
Wi-Fi number?
IP address. So open your Wi-Fi settings.
I did.
Okay, so now in Wi-Fi that you connected to. In my case, it has this settings icon here. On your device, it might look different, but the idea is to find settings of Wi-Fi that you connected to and open it. Saba, what's going on?
It says in my emulator, it says it's connected, but I don't know. Should I
No,
have to
it's
find it
physical
from my device, actual device, or from my emulator?
It's actual device.
Oh,
Because the
okay.
emulator, it's already in your machine. It's like, because physical device, it can be taken away, but emulator, it's there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now we can collect logs and do everything that we used to do when it was connected to USB. And what we're gonna do next, we are going to have a lunch, 20 minutes break. Okay? Because after that, we're gonna get down with common, okay, it's hard to explain. It's like key events that will let you perform something without touching device. Really cool. I'll see you in 20 minutes, 7:43, 45.
Anya, before you go, can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead.
So I have the actual device, I did TCP/IP, but it says TCP/IP requires an argument. Am I doing something wrong?
Everything you have to type in is ADB space, TCP/IP space, and then a server port number. Server ports, those are odd numbers in range from 5555 till 5585. So odd numbers between those are server ports. So choose one. In our case, I chose 5555. So that's all that you have to have here.
Yeah,
No,
that worked, but as soon as I put my IP address from my Wi-Fi, so I did ADB TCP/IP, I put my number and then I did 555. Then I got the thing that argument.
can you share your screen, because
Yes,
it
sure.
doesn't sound right.
If you have to go on break, you can go on. I can talk later too.
Okay, yeah, let's answer this question after the break. Oh, actually, it's gonna take like 2 minutes. Go ahead, share your screen.
Okay. Do you see it?
Yes. Okay, so can you type in ADB devices? Oh, I see you have more than one.
Yes, I have the emulator too.
I'm not sure about this -D, because one command that looks correct, except for this -D. Yeah, no spaces. Invalid port. Just type in 555 again. Hmm? Yes, you're right. Sveta, so
Yes.
the command when you connect your IP
Mhm.
and port number instead of TCP/IP, there is connect.
Okay. Like this, am I doing right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. Now you can go. Maybe I can try 1 or 2 times. I
Okay,
think-
you know, try with -D now.
Okay.
You know, you can just press up button and oh.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, Anya, let me try it. Maybe over the break, maybe it will work and I will get back to you.
Just some corrections. As long as you enable
Shweta, we will answer this question after the break, okay?
Yeah, no worries, Anya. Let me just try it one more time. Thank you. I said, do we have the instruction how to download the Xcode, or I can just Google it and download it?
No, if you have MacBook, you can just go to App Store, type in Xcode, like one word,
Okay.
and just tap to download it. That's it.
Thank you.
And just leave it as it is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, back to ADB comments. Can you see my screen? Can you? No, yes.
Yes, we can.
Mhm. Okay, we're gonna practice for a little while key events. Here I provided a link in our session agenda. There are many and many of those comments. You can choose whichever you find the most helpful. I chose mine. Again, it will depend on what kind of application you're gonna work with and what kind of testing you're gonna perform. All of them are super useful. Here, as simple as that, just a number. So the comment is ADB shell, ADB space shell input key event, and then you just type in a number and press enter. So I'm gonna show my real device. Probably it won't be seen without being connected to cable. Okay, my device. So I chose a few comments. The first one is going to be home button. So I opened Looking Bus. Key event number is 3. Of course, yes. Okay, did you see what just happened? If you didn't, I will repeat it. So in my case, it's looking bus application was open. In your case, anything can be open. And as you run this command, this is the key event. It will perform like home button pressing. You don't have to touch your phone physically. It will do it for you. You have actually in this list, you can choose any of these commands, practice them in terms of what can be applicable to test looking bus application. Pick any of those. You by now have to know what kind of testing you should perform in terms of looking bus again. So choose some of these key codes and run it. Just five minutes to practice. Yes, Shweta?
Anya, sorry, but Edgar is writing the message in the chat that his microphone is not working. He has some question for you.
In chat here.
Yes.
Goodness gracious, how can I open it? Can you just read his question?
Yes, I can do it.
Well, so it's a blindness. I think it comes with the age.
I think he's saying no enough disk space for Xcode downloaded. Any thought or ideas, Anya?
I think he asked.
Yeah,
what
actually,
for-
yeah, it's a problem of Xcode. It's quite heavy. So probably if you don't have enough space, you will refrain from working on Xcode at least tonight. Anyways, probably we won't have enough time to do much stuff on it. So probably you can clean up your disk by the next session and have like a decent practice. But yeah, and Xcode, it's updated frequently. And when you update your like older version, it requires some extra space. And sometimes that amount of extra space can be like a gigabyte. So that's how big that tool is. Also, if you're using Mac Air, it's gonna slow it down. So I'm gonna show you Xcode on Mac Air. Hopefully it won't be too slow, but it slows because of its like large capacity. It slows MacBook Air. On Mac Pro, it's supposed to work fine. Okay, so Edgar, I'm sorry, but probably like tonight you won't be able to work on Xcode.
Anya, could you please show your terminal again with that key event thing real quick? All right, thank you.
Anya, in which case we usually have to use this key events command? I mean,
That why is completely up to you when you want to use it. If really you go through all this command here, and I think you will see when exactly you can use it. For me, what was it? This one? Sorry, this one. It's useful. Actually, another command we're gonna practice today, it's text input. So when you input a lot of text and you want to move your cursor without touching it, that key event will be helpful.
okay.
So question, it says ADBXE no device found, and I have more than 2 devices. And I put the D shall input key event 3, and it
Can you
says
share your screen, please?
yeah, 1 second.
Oh my God, this is Windows. Can you run ADB devices now? Still shows it. Maybe try with -C.
Do you mean -C here, like
No,
before
I
devices?
mean this key event command. Try -C, -S,
And
-S, and choose one.
choose one. I mean here. All right, I got it. Yep. Thank you.
Mhm. Shweta, your hand raised.
I'm sorry, I forgot to put it down. Thank you.
Okay.
And this list is on Confluence, right? The one that you're just showing right now?
This is in the Confluence, yes.
All right.
Okay, now I want us to practice text input. So probably in combination with text input, all these key events will be more useful. Oh, not all, some of them. Text input, okay. So back to our terminal, command is ADB shell input text, and then in single quotation marks, you want to enter text. Okay. So back to our. Okay, so you see my blinking cursor in email field, right? So I'm gonna enter an email. Okay, did you see what happened?
Yes, yes.
Anyone besides Victor? See what happens?
Yeah, Anya, it's pretty cool.
Okay, do you want to practice the same? So we just worked on that positive, negative testing. Use this command to, oh, actually, let's try another key event, which is helpful here. The one, it will move your cursor from the to the beginning or to the end of your field. Mm-hmm. And that event number is 120. 122.
123 or 122?
Was it clear what happened?
Yes.
So now this is like vice versa. Now it's gonna move your cursor to the end. Back to our positive and negative testing. So this is a positive testing regular. Let's pretend this email does exist. So this is a valid email. I just use this input text command to enter this email. We can run negative testing as well. So you're gonna run it on your own. I'll just give you a tip that, do you remember last time we practiced, we had like a limit of minimum 8, maximum 20, and we have some negative testing. So if you, let's imagine it's your application, you have at least 255, not at least, at most 255. So you wanna test your application in terms whether it will accept 256. I think I've tried Looking Bus, it accepts whatever. So just for the sake of practice, do it with Looking Bus. So here is a tip. So this website, I'm gonna share it in Slack. So that website, it counts characters for you. You can enter whatever characters you want, it will count for you. If you know a specific number of characters you want to use, this website is for you. So here, you see 60. So let's say like 255, and you can enter anything, it counts for you. If like your application not supposed to accept special characters, make sure you're not including them in this 255 count, because it's going to be 2 testing in one. So if it fails, we won't know what exactly failed, whether because it accepted 256 or because it accepted special characters. Do you follow my idea? I'll take it as yes. My goal was 255, so I'm going to run test case with 256 characters. Control C. Getting back to my emulator, actually. Yeah. So whatever text I want to enter, I add it here, let it go, yeah. So probably it didn't accept all of the characters, but it accepted quite a lot. And actually it showed the bug. One of the bugs here is that, first of all, it accepted. Second of all, it didn't show any error messages. So that's how you can test for run negative testing.
What kind of error message is that?
It's not valid email format.
You didn't press it.
Okay, I already left it as it is. So use this text input, use these commands, key events, and try to practice, well, at least on login screen. Other, I think, okay, so you have 122, 123. Yeah, that's it. Try to practice like for 5 minutes. Okay, I hope you did have a chance to practice it.
May I ask you a question, Anya? So there is something weird I noticed. I've been using this command input text. So what happens if I input email, it doesn't input it completely and it eats some of the characters and it's never correct. If I input at least one character, no matter which one, and then I use the command input text, such as my email, it inputs it completely. So it's kind of weird. And then I tried experimenting and I did the same command with my email, but removing the @ sign. And and it did it again. It ate some of the characters where there was a dot. So I think it doesn't like dot. or anything like that. But there is gmail.com, it ate some of the characters. It did not display them.
Okay, in my case, it displayed a dot.
No, on your device, not in the terminal, in the application, looking bus
That's
specifically.
fine, no?
That's what happens to me. I mean, necessarily may not be case.
Yeah, besides I misspelled flags, everything's the same.
Yeah, I just did it. It ate some of the characters.
It's weird. Maybe because you have Windows. I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm gonna blame it on Windows. I'm sorry. Those who have Windows, do you see the same issue? Those who have MacBooks, do you see this issue? Hmm? For Xcode, we're still working on ADB. I said for Xcode. These are all ADB commands. Any issues? Everyone was able to practice. Those who stopped practicing right now, please do, because I spoke about Xcode. Once we get down with Xcode, those who have Windows machines, they won't be able to do anything since Xcode doesn't work on Windows machines. Okay, so another ADB comment. This one is going to simulate tapping. Okay, so you see my device. In order to simulate it, open your settings, go down to your, in my case, again, many times we've discussed Android skins. The idea is the same. Your device just might look differently, but idea is the same. Find your developer options. In my case, there is a system, third from the bottom. Open them.
So what's next?
I'm just waiting so everyone has enough time to find it. The next thing is that you want to scroll down and find pointer location and toggle it on. And now you can see this X and Y axes moving around. But actually, I do move them. They just follow my finger touch. Can you do the same? I'll take it as yes. Open your Looking Bus app. And here you can see at the top, you can see all those DX00, DYX00, XV, all those numbers and letters. So what I'm going to do, you can follow me, you can choose your own path. So I'm gonna tap on email. And it's not visible here. Okay. Okay, now you see full screen. So here, do you see these numbers? They're changing. Those X's and Y's, they keep changing as you move your finger. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
it works for emulator as well. So mark your X's and your Y's. So in my case, it's gonna be 179 and 414. So the command is this ADB shell. Actually, you know what? Here, I'm gonna do login as a guest. So command is ADB shell input tab, and then I'm gonna enter my X and Y location. So login as a guest, it shows me 824 for X and 1500 for Y. So once I tap it, nothing happens. Okay. So it pressed the button instead of me and logged me in. So you can perform this like if you have many devices and you don't want to just move around, touching all of them, performing some actions, if you can run them on one terminal without even moving around. But the only thing that you want to know is exact XY location. So that's why we need this pointer. So you can explore your screen, find location, exact locations for button that you want to press, for fields that you want to have active cursor at, and test your application. So in terms of course, looking past, please try what I would try, just to go back, log out and go back to login screen. Try to do that using this tab tool to comment.
It's work and it's so cool.
Yeah, I love it. Just have to write down all those X and Y's. So just like, I hope you landed on this map screen with me. So now try to tap on this toggle button and log out and land back on this login screen.
For emulator, I didn't see the developer options.
It was there. Mine.
You can't just type developer option in the search, then it will bring you in the emulator.
Yeah, I tried it, but okay. No, I tried it, but I didn't. No results.
So do you see? Did you find developers option? I'll take it as yes. Cool.
Sorry, no. For me, I don't have that options.
Are you supposed to have? Okay, so open your settings, open system, like settings, scroll all the way down. Usually it's second from the bottom. Open it and somewhere
For
there.
me, no, for me, I don't have that one. I don't know why.
You do have emulator.
Yes. But I don't have that option, developer options. I
Oh, you
have
don't-
multiple
oh.
users, I have system update, but in between them, but I don't have developer options. I don't know why.
Can you share?
Is there a down arrow at the bottom? Then click that one.
Oh, system update? No.
Yeah, down arrow at the bottom. If you click that one, the list will come up.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah. Okay, go back. I'll go all the way up, down. Open system again. Advanced. Go back again. Did you ever had it?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so now you have to find a build number then. No, not that one. Scroll down, 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 there. So tap on it 7 times. Okay, now go back. Now go down, system. There.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, open it. Hold on, don't close it. Open. Scroll down. Down. More. Hold on. No. Toggle that on. USB debugging on. Down. Down. Oh, by the way, this is a logger buffer that I told everyone about. So yours is quite small. Can you tap on it? So you can change buffer size. So I'm talking to everyone now. So you can change your device buffer size. It like the bigger it is, the more logs it saves. Thank you. Can you close it? And scroll down. So keep scrolling. Yeah, here, pointer location, toggle it on. So this is what I've been doing right now.
Okay.
Now you can just exit settings altogether and open Looking Bus application. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen. I'm gonna share mine.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, I hope everyone got a chance to practice it. I think it's a really cool feature. I'm thinking how to connect my Android TV to it. It will save my time and nerves. Saba, you have hand raised.
Sorry, I thought I take it down. Sorry.
Okay. Victoria, hand raised.
Yeah, is this available on iOS?
I want to say nothing is available on iOS. Yes, unfortunately, we're gonna compare it. So once we get to work with Xcode, you will see the difference. We had enough time for you to understand how immense options that we have when we use emulator and Android Studio. And when we will have to work with Xcode and simulators, you will see how little information we will have. We will have pretty much no access to a device. We will be working on a simulator, which gives you like this much information. We can collect sort of like some logs from device, but compared to Android logs, so like a tiny bit. So to answer your question, no.
Okay, as far as I understand from what you just said, 99.9% of the companies, when they test on iOS, they would not want you to use the simulator. They would just buy you a device because it's horrible, apparently.
I never told that.
Well, because if I know you didn't say that, but if it's such limited functionality, why would they want you to use Xcode on the job, or would they want you to do it?
Because what else can you use? Since if you're gonna work with iPhone, so you're definitely gonna use Xcode. Engineers also use it, only because you don't have much access into iPhone system, into iOS system. Like Android, we can go deep as we want to. On iOS, you won't get much information from them. So Xcode, you will definitely use it because you will be testing on iOS, probably because there are not much stuff to use except for Xcode. It can be useful too, but my point is that compared to Android emulator and how much logs we can collect, iOS is almost nothing. What I was saying? Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So the last ADB command that I want you to practice with is get prop. It gets information about your device, like your Android. There are different options. The command itself is there is no way to close it. So the command would be ADB shell.
Can you share your screen, please?
Okay. ADB shell get prop. So it gives you information about your device itself. You, of course, can filter it out. So if you want to use just one filter, it's going to look like -d shell. Grep, and then you want to specify what exact information you want to get about your device. I'm gonna have hardware. So your filter needs to be taken in a single quotation marks, and then you have your information. Again, you don't have to use this ADB command every day at work. You need to know your application. You need to know expectations from you. And this can be really useful if you need to add this information to your bug report. Is it clear?
Yes, it is clear. Thank you.
If you want to use several filters, it's going to be You just want to use -e. And then enter as many filters as you want. It can be useful to add build number, device version. So you can find it manually, but you also can just run one command and get all the information you might need. Any questions about ADB? I'll take it as no. Xcode. Did everyone get a chance to install it?
Mine is still installing, Anya. I think maybe 2-3 minutes there.
Okay, how about others?
Install.
Another thing about logs. Sometimes some bugs, they can slip into a production, and those bugs can be reported by users. So once we have this negative feedback from users, we try to reproduce this issue on a QA test environment. And really, sometimes these bugs cannot be reproduced in a test environment, although they're like 100% reproducible in production. And it's really a pain in the neck for engineers because prod build, they don't provide that many logs as RC, like release candidate or test version. So like this D level of importance debug, those logs, they are not seen in a production version. So it's really a big deal if a bug found in production, but can be reproduced in a test environment. How is Xcode doing? Everyone installed, because in order to share, like this is a school's device. So in order to share my screen here and show you Xcode, I will have to end this meeting and I will have to start at this meeting. So this meeting is going to be over right now and I'm going to start a new one. Is it clear?
We have only
Okay.
16 minutes, Anya.
What?
We have only 16 minutes, so it's gonna be 9.
I can show you like this. Yeah, like reconnection, it might take some time. Okay. Okay, so that was my plan for the end of today's session. Since we can't perform as I planned, I don't know, maybe you have any questions that I can answer before the end of this session.
Automation, do you use those commands like tab using this command line?
I never wrote any code, but it looks like, yeah, it can be used.
Besides actually performing action, can it give any output of what happened? Like you say, do this action for me, and can the command give you the feedback of what happened? So that maybe you could write a lot of commands, run them, and then get a report of what happened. Okay.
Alexander knows the answer.
Just to make this command a bit more create in Python. For example, struct what popular
So it's just in Python, you say?
in this Python, maybe not this.
I just want to understand in which case would you use those commands if you can, if it's much easier to just tap on the phone. Why would you tap from console or prompt line?
In my case, I have like 5 devices.
Oh, by the way, those does anyone ask about key events on the interview? The commands that we used today.
Okay, probably that would be a comment that you can talk about. Me, never anyone asked about specific key events. That is type of answer to a question, what is your favorite ADB command?
Okay, so okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen since on this laptop I have nothing else to show tonight.
Excuse me, how am I gonna remove this the pointer thing?
Oh, just go back to your settings, developers option, scroll down, find this pointer locator, toggle off.
Thank you.
Okay, 12 minutes left. My plan is over. It's not completed, so it's over. But you can ask me about interview questions.
Anya, Edgar also asking question, if possible, we can download Xcode. What are our option? What are our option to make disk space?
Oh, I don't know, clear your disk. I don't know. I frankly can't suggest you anything except for clearing some space on your disk.
You need computer games. How many memory required?
I don't know, there is a suggestion to delete games. Yeah, you can probably, you won't keep it there forever. You will just use it 2-3 times to practice, and then you will delete it. Probably you can remove some stuff for a little while and then get it back on your computer. I don't know, Edgar, sorry.
And can I ask you about what is the general question if you come to interview? I mean, like, which part can divide the whole spectrum? I mean, all range. Which type of question usually interviewers ask you about mobile testing?
I frankly don't understand like divide. What do you mean divide?
I mean, ADB command. It's how often interviewer ask you about that if you apply to mobile tester position.
Especially if you apply for a mobile tester, every single time. Not lying, honestly, every single time. it's not like at least they don't start this conversation with a direct question, what's your favorite ADB command? They do ask, what tools do you use? And if it's Android, of course, it's ADB, Android Studio and ADB. And that's when you cut in with all your immense experience and all your ADB comments. Probably they won't ask you about specific particular comments. If they do, you just say, never had a chance to run that one. There are so many comments, so never try that one. It's normal if you don't know something from ADB especially, but you do know that there are a lot of comments. It's already a good answer. Speaking about interview, so I was thinking, what would be the best way to run this interview session? Because I think it's going to be another 4 hours. So what do you think? Like, I need your feedback. How I ran, like back in my student times, it was like group of 5. You just come in, talk, and leave. What I was thinking, like, as we are now, everyone's gonna listen. It might be a little bit stressful because so many people listening to you talking, but I think it's gonna be a good practice, exactly because so many people gonna listen to you. So that's what I'm thinking. What do you think? So you can leave at any time. If you're tired of listening, I can schedule exactly when a specific person at what time will be expected to be interviewed. What do you think? Probably you don't have to answer right now. Maybe something comes up to, like, you think of something later. Just let me know. Just post in our between session chat. Maybe someone will agree, maybe someone will not agree. Also, I want to say that like you guys all worked hard. So I want to say, if after our interview mock-up, I feel like you can do better and you feel like you can do better, so I will re-interview you, but like I'm gonna do it from my home online. So just to help you perform better at your interview. It's not gonna be during our like regular sessions. But please get ready for interview, because I'm gonna be tough. I've been to many interviews. I know how usually people talk, what they ask. I'm gonna ask you different questions, not about in ADB only, mostly within mobile testing, some soft skills as well. So I'll do my best, because it like, once you pass your interview, like it's you there, you will pick everything up. You just have to know enough to pass interview. So think about the way you prefer to have your interview run. If you like you can't overcome yourself, you can't talk in front of people, just let me know. I won't force anyone to talk when everyone's listening. Okay. So I think we can spare 5 minutes unless you have another question.
I have a question. When will be the interview, and is it about only mobile testing or the other, all the courses?
In my case, it's gonna be mobile testing only, since it's mobile testing class.
When will it be?
Repeat?
The interview, when will it be?
Oh, it will be, if I'm not mistaken, okay, beginning in November. Like these days, I'm losing my sense of time, but I think it's either 1st of November or 3rd, something like that, beginning of November. So we have Xcode, we have Charles Proxy, we have device farms to cover. and then we will have an interview.
I actually, yeah, I had a question, but before that, is that interview going to be before our mobile final exam or not? Because I know we have mobile final on the 29th.
After. It's gonna be
It is
after.
going to be after the test. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about that until recently, but it's going to be, yeah,
Okay.
after.
Okay. The question I have regarding interview process, is it somewhat acceptable to say in the interview, like, yes, you did mobile testing, yes, you know what you're doing, but like when it comes to Xcode and iOS, is it okay to say that like you're ready to learn, but like you don't really know what's going on? Because I can research stuff, but I don't have Mac yet, and like I didn't test iOS. So what do you think about it? How would you approach that as like a newbie, if you're like a newbie, or would
Okay,
you,
I would say,
or just you suggest just
no,
go ahead.
of course you do your best, like find information, do your best to understand how it works. During interview, if you don't know, and like don't try to pretend that you know, because it's lame. So what I would say, what I suggest others to say, just I had some experience. If they're gonna usually they ask you like directly, have you worked with Xcode? So you can say, I have some experience. I don't have much experience because I used to work with Androids a lot. But yeah, don't lie like a lot. So just say that you have some experience and you're a quick learner.
Yeah, okay, that works too. I also had a suggestion. So I don't know what everyone will come up with, but like when you said that maybe not everyone's comfortable with speaking in front of the whole class or something like that, and if you're going to be scheduling, you could, we could divide, you see the amount of students in the group and do 5 or 7 people and divide it in like micro Zoom sessions, and then everyone joins like at a specific time that belongs to a certain group. It's kind of, I'd rather listen to everyone and participate everywhere, but that's like just one of the ways to do. And a certain particular time for people in the class, or have people in the class come in, listen to everything, and, we'll decide it, but that's just like an idea. Same way, but
that's exactly how I did back in my times, except for back then it was face-to-face. Now it's just like Zoom meeting. But you guys, please decide. I'm open to anything. If it's going to be one-on-one, which I don't suggest, it's just going to be shorter. Again, when you listen to someone else, you probably rethink what you thought that you know. Maybe you will pick up some new information. It helps. Just let me know what you think.
Anya, I have one suggestion. Like, is there a way that you can provide all the interview questions in writing so we can review anytime when we need to review it?
You mean interview questions? That was a question.
You can write the question, yeah, by numbers. You could have only 10 questions, 20 or 30, whatever questions that you've been asked or you think we can be asked in interview. So from the first of our mobile testing class to the end, if you provide some interview questions and give us anytime, we can review those questions and we can study based on them.
Sure, I know that school, they have a list of their questions. I haven't seen it yet. I'll ask for that. I'll definitely add my questions. And be ready, I'm gonna ask some questions that I'm not gonna post. I will do it on purpose. It will be a good practice to be in stressful situation. Like if you don't know an answer, you will practice how to deal with the situation. But I will provide my questions, most of them.
All right, thank you.
9:01. I'll see you guys next week. Any questions? Yes, no? Okay.